What's up, Reprod fam? Welcome back to a brand new whip review. Today I have the Audi RS6. In this video, I'm gonna tell you the most important things that you need to know about this car. So if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any other video that I'll post in the future, and also enjoy the other video that I already have on the channel. And if you already subscribed, thank you so much for your support. And without further ado, let's get in the review. Let's ride. The RS6 is known for two main things. So you have its practicality and also the performance that it has. So this is pretty much a racing family car. Look at this beautiful engine right here. So Audi has a twin turbo V8 engine on this car. Some people will say bi-turbo, but also it's pretty much the same word as twin turbo. So this engine can produce around 591 horsepower with 590 pound-feet of torque. Audi judged that the car can go from 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, but other journalists, they found that they can get away with 3.1 depending on the conditions. And also you have launch control in the car, so depending on your reflexes, you can get less than 3.3, that's for sure. But Audi is always conservative with their numbers. So you have an 8-speed automatic gearbox on this car, and the fuel efficiency is about 17 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. But this engine is also a mild hybrid, and you have a cylinder deactivation in it. So when you're just cruising on the highway, it can go from a V8 to pretty much like a V4. So you have 4 cylinders active while you're just cruising on the highway. And other fact is that the exhaust system in this car sounds amazing. Are you kidding me? As I mentioned before, the engine produces a lot of power. And you have sports exhaust on this car, and you can see the oval pipe right here. This is a representation of the RS exhaust system. Pretty much all RS models will have the oval pipe, RS7, RS6, R8 pretty much. And when you look inside it, you can see that 2 tips are coming out. And Audi has it that way because they have this genius idea where they separate the tip from the rest of the exhaust system, just in case you get in a fender bender, so you don't have to replace the whole exhaust system. You just replace the tip, the bumper, or the diffuser, and then that's it. So that's less costly. So that's actually a good thing. So now you have sports exhaust on this car. So you would think that they would sound crazy amazing when you're stationary. But Audi has a soft limiter in the car, so that's why you cannot rev it stationary. But when you just start the engine, go ahead. This is nasty, and it sounds promising, but you have to wait till you get on the highway to actually hear it, the crackling, all the farting of the engine. But stationary, you cannot hear anything. Rev it a little bit. You cannot go past 3,000 RPM. If you could go all the way to 7,000 RPM or even 8,000, you would blow this place with this exhaust. Now, let's take a quick walk around the RS6. So starting with this color right here. So this is one of Audi's best colors. So you have the Nardo Gray. And looking at the front of the car, it's pretty much similar to what you get on the RS7. Pretty much same face, same lights, same grills. And on this one, you have the black optic package. So everything that will be chrome or matte silver, it's all gloss black. And you can see it right here, nothing chrome on it. The Audi badge is all blacked out. The curtain, the vent, the side flap, the split up front, the grille, everything is blacked out. So to the side right here, you have a curtain that will channel air through the wheels and cool up the brakes and also stabilize the car when you're driving. Right on top of it, you have the Matrix LED headlights, which is Audi's specialty pretty much, where you have those dancing lights right here. These are the DRL, and you also have dynamic turn signal on the car. And these are laser lights. So Audi actually has a notice right on top, underneath the hood, on top of the light. It says, do not stare inside those lights because they are lasers. So it's not good for your eyes. So right in the center, you have this massive grille. This is the Audi signature right here, the single frame grille. It's gonna feed air to the engine and cool it off. And next to it, you have this vent right here that will also cool up the intercoolers that's behind it. And to the front, you have a nice massive split that makes the front look even sportier. So this is pretty much what you have here. It's very gorgeous, mean looking, even though it's similar to the R7, but it's still absolutely amazing. Makes the car very sexy to the front. Now let's check the side. So the side profile of the RS6 is actually insane. Look at all the body lines. So the Audi design language just never fails. It starts all the way from the front. Look at all the lines on the hood and follows through all the way to the back. One thing that is insane about this car is how wide the fender is to the front and also at the back. The reason for that is that they have to make them wide all the way pushed out because they need to house those massive wheels right here. You have 22-inch wheels on this car and they look amazing. They look almost like a sketch. I guess with the technology that we have now, the way they draw the cars, that's the way it's gonna come out. They just 3D print the car, whatever. But on this wheel right here, you have some very nice rims. And as I always say in my videos, Audi rims are always nice. And you have red brake calipers on the car to help you stop this beast because it's very powerful, it's very fast. So you need big brakes like this to help stop it. So you have regular steel brakes right here, but if you get carbon ceramic, they're gonna last you longer, especially if you keep pushing the car all the time. All right, so this is what you have here. Very nice rims, very nice wheels, big wheels. And at the bottom of the door, so you have this side skirt right there, make the car look very sporty to the side, and you can see all the creases of the door. Everything is just popping out, make the car look very muscular, very sexy as well to the side. So you have black mirror cap, and this is part of the black optic package, and it just around the windows it just follows as well. This would be chrome as standard, but because of the black optic you have it all blacked out as well. And then you can see towards the back, this is not a sedan, so this is a wagon. So the RS6 only comes in a wagon style, and they call it RS6 Avant. I speak French, I'm gonna say Avant, so it's pretty much how I can pronounce it the best. And this is what you have here. So this is where all the practicality of the RS6 comes from. All right, we'll get to that when we get in the interior. All right, so now we're gonna keep moving to the back. The front of the car is mean looking and the back is no different. It's absolutely gorgeous. So right on top right here, we have a roof spoiler. So when the air comes through, it's just gonna follow through and keep the car grounded. So it's great for aerodynamics. So going lower, you have the Audi logo right here, all black. RS6 badge right here, all black because of the black optic. So one of my favorite things here is this bar that just spreads across the back. And what makes it even cooler is just it follows through inside the tail lights. And on this car, you have LED tail lights as well with dynamic turn signal. So the front is looking cool and the back is looking cool as well. So you get view from both angles. So going lower, you have this sporty diffuser right here with this wave shape. And this is what you get on all RS models. And you have a reflector on each side. So you have this honeycomb pattern right here. It's not perforated like on the R8. I don't know why they do not perforate it, but that's how it is. But it's still satisfying for the money. So you have two oval pipes here. They are quad exhaust, so they have two tips inside each one of them, but the actual front or frame of it is the oval pipe. So pretty much that's what you have at the back here. So this car, it's an Avant, so it's a wagon, so you expect to have a hatchback on it. This is a power tailgate, so it's just gonna do it by itself. So this trunk is massive. That's the most practical truck you can get in an Audi. Maybe the Q7 or the Q8 can match that, but in the normal cars, this is what you get here. This is the biggest one right there. All right, so it is about 565 liters, and you can pretty much fit a human body in there, or two. That was the human body test for you right there. So when you get out of it, or you place everything that you need, you just press the button right there, and it's just gonna close automatically, just like magic. There you go. So now, when it comes to dimension, this car is absolutely long and wide. I mentioned before you have those fenders that are pushed out. So it is 78 inches wide, 196.7 inches long, and it is 58 inches tall. So it's actually bigger in proportion than the actual S6 sedan. So before we get inside the car, we have a few convenience features. First, we have the keyless entry. So with your key inside your pocket, all you gotta do is place your hand behind the handle and you unlock the car just like this. And it works on all four doors. So when you close the car, what you do is just tap the sensor and you lock it just like that. And one cool feature that you also have is that you have the soft closing door. So let's say you don't push it all the way, the door is gonna grab itself and close it for you, all right? So that's very easy. So you don't have to be smashing the door all the time. and it works out. Good convenience feature right there. Now let's check out the interior. Jumping inside the RS6 right now, so I can already say that the seats are super comfortable. So you have the sports S or RS bucket seat in this car. They're almost the same as in the S version, but even better. So they are even more comfortable, and also they are perforated because this car has ventilated seats and also heated seats. So right underneath the door, I can see the Audi logo. It says Audi Sport, and it looks amazing at night. It's just projecting on the ground. So the interior of this car is very well laid out. So you have two screens in the center, one on the driver's side. You have a good mix of carbon fiber, you have the matte silver bits and pieces everywhere, and you also have Alcantara on the door, which is a very soft material. So you have carbon fiber on the door, and the cool thing about this carbon fiber is that it's exposed carbon fiber, so you can feel the texture of it. So it's not just like the glossed carbon fiber that just feels slippery. This one is very, very nice. And right on top right here, you have some more leather, and you have the virtual cockpit right there, and you also have the heads-up display, and that's pretty much what you have here. So the front is looking very, very good. Right in the center, you have the armrest. It's all leather, just like the seats. And one thing you can notice inside is that you have this brown interior. It's not common, it's rare. Some people don't like it because they're so used to black interiors, but this one is unique. I really like it. And also you can extend the seat right here for if you have longer legs, so that's pretty cool up front right there. So let's see how far back the seat can go. There we go. So that's as far as it goes, and I can still reach the brake pedal. So I am about 6 feet tall, 5'11", 6 feet. So if you're over 6 feet, you can pretty much reach the brake pedal easily and drive. And you have you can adjust the steering wheel as well. It's automatic, so you can just use the button and bring it forward however you want and adjust it to your driving position. So that's pretty much what you have here. So if you're over 6 feet, you're gonna have a nice time driving this car. And if you're shorter, just adjust it however you want as well, and you're gonna have a good time driving the car. So now let's see how it is at the back. All right, so now jumping at the back of the RS6. So I did it on purpose to leave the seat pushed all the way back. So this is how it's looking right now. If you have the seat, or if you have a tall driver sitting in front of you, this would have to be a basketball player or something. So in ideal condition, let me just push it back. There we go, it's going, it's going, it's going. Now I just push it back a little bit. Now I can have decent leg room here. So the leg room at the back is gonna be amazing once you have like a normal sized driver in front of you with a nice driving position. So one thing at the back is that people here gonna get the same treatment as people sitting up front. So you have the bucket seat at the back as well. So it's gonna be the same driving experience, and they're all perforated as well. So this is very comfortable. You have a bench style, and the headroom is amazing because you do not have a sloping roof line. This is not a sedan, this is a wagon. So you have all the headroom in the world that you need. So there is no doubt about that. You're gonna have great time traveling at the back of this car. And also at the back, you also have another sunroof. So the sunroof is separated in two. So you have one in front and one at the back. The only thing is that the one up front is a moonroof, so you can open it and the air gonna go through it. The one at the back, you can just open the shade, but it's not gonna open for air. So that's the main difference right there. So right at the center, so you have two zone climate control at the back, so it just functions independently. So you have two zones up front and two at the back. So you have 4 zone climate control in this car in total. So this is perfect right there. And one cool thing is that on the side pillar right here, you have extra vent that can blow air to you at the back. So it's coming from everywhere. This is just amazing system right there. So this is pretty much what you have at the back. So now we're gonna go back up front to talk about the MMI system. Okay, now we are back up front to talk about the MMI system. So one cool thing you have here is a little spot where you can just insert your key right there. So that's very cool from Audi right there. So now push the start engine button just to start the car. So everything comes live. So one cool thing is that the steering wheel will tilt down to whatever position you had it at. And also the seat is gonna move forward when you close the door, just like so. And here we go, it's moving forward. All right. So now for the MMI system, let's start with the center. So right underneath this armrest, you have the Audi phone box. So you have a wireless charger for your phone, And also when your phone is in there, it serves as a signal booster for your phone because it's gonna use the antenna of the car to give you better service inside the car. So it boosts your service. You also have two USB-C connectivity ports in here for faster connection to the Audi MMI system for Apple CarPlay and also Android Auto. But another cool thing you have is that you have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay in the car. So you don't need to plug your phone to have access to those systems right here. So right in the center you have two screens. So you have this 8.6-inch screen right here. This is for the climate control. And also right on top of it you have this 10.1-inch screen, which is for the MMI system. So they are very fluid, so you can just swipe. It's just very responsive and they look amazing as well. So you would wonder why you have a screen for climate control and not just button, but it has an extra piece of functionality, which is it becomes like a keypad where you need to input addresses, for example. So if I go to navigation and I'm searching for something, so the bottom is gonna turn into a keypad. I can pretty much put the address right there, or I can just handwrite it, letter, and just recognize everything. You can just write everything together, or you can just write it letter by letter, just let it pick it up. So I can just put MOB, and there you go. And that's a very cool feature right there. Now for the climate control, all you gotta do is press anywhere just to turn it on. And you can adjust your fan speed right here, change air direction, however you wanna have it. And you can slide, and that's it right there. That's pretty cool. And at the bottom of the screen right here, so you have the heated seat to the far left. That's for the driver's side. And you also have the ventilated function right there. So you just press it, 1, 2, 3. You have 3 levels, and that's how you activate it and deactivate it. Just press it 3 times to turn it off. All right, so that's what you have here for the climate control. And as I mentioned before, you have 4-zone climate control. So 1 for the passenger up front, 1 for the driver, and then 2 at the back. So 4-zone climate control. So right above that, you have the Audi MMI system. So it's crystal clear. It's very fast, responsive. So one thing I like to do is go to vehicle settings. So when you go to Audi Drive Select, you can see a nice render of the car coming. I really like that. And this is where you find the RS1 and RS2 modes that I mentioned before, but you also have the normal ones like dynamic, auto, comfort, and RS1 and RS2 will be your individual modes in this car because you can modify them. So typically the RS1 mode will have the sportiest setting of the car, and then RS2 will also deactivate the stability control. That's pretty much when you're going on a track, when you want to skid around, that's when you use RS2. So you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta be very controlled when using it. And also this is where the button to raise and lower the car is. So I really like this menu right there. Another thing you have here is the RS monitor. So you can pretty much check the temperature of the car, tells you the different level. So the engine is cold right now. So the warm is green, so the radiator is a bit warm, the transmission is a bit warm. So it just tells you, it just indicates how the system is looking right now in terms of heat and coolness. Pretty much the brakes are pretty cool right now, and you can slide. You can see the G-force that you're using for braking at the back and also the front. So all those things, they're all laid out here. And you can see the tire pressure. It's usually when you run the car is running, you have to be above 16 miles per hour for it to show the tire pressure. And that's what you have here. So it's a pretty cool system. So to the driver's side, you have the Audi Virtual Cockpit Plus. You have the Sport version here. So this is why it's looking like the reverse Nike swoosh, as I call it. And it shows you your power output, your torque percentage. So everything is laid out in front of you. And as usual, you have a multi-function steering wheel. So you have the view button here where you can just spread out everything so you have more details. You can see more things, like bigger, I would say, in a way. So you can see the fuel level information about the car. You have your media right in the center as well. When you have your phone connected, you'll see your music here. You can make phone calls from here, and also you have navigation. One thing you need to know about the navigation is that it's not synced with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So the navigation you have here is Audi's navigation. So you have to input the address in the system, then it's gonna show it here. But when you have Apple CarPlay on this side and you have the map on, it's not gonna transfer to this side. For some reason, Audi still keeps it separate. But this is what you have here. So right above this, so you have the heads-up display. It's gonna show you your speed. It's gonna show you the traffic sign, and also when you're using the navigation, it's gonna give you direction as well. So this is all you have here. And lastly, you have the RS mode button here. This is where you can quickly switch between RS1 and RS2. And also you have paddle shifters. So this is the only bit here that is not plastic. So the paddle shifter have this metal piece to it, very cool looking for the price of the car. And but those buttons right here, the paddles, the levers, they're just plastic. But you have some safety feature you have in this car is the adaptive cruise control, and you also have the lane keeping assist. So these are things you can get in the RS6. All right, that's pretty much it. So now we're gonna take it for a drive. All right, so now let's take the RS6 for a drive. So a cool thing you have is the illuminated buckle. So at night, you're gonna know where the buckle is for a seat belt. Let the engine speak and the exhaust sings. All right, now we are on top of a garage, so we're not gonna go crazy with it. So just gonna test how the car handles around the corners and things like this. But when it comes to performance, you guys already know this car is crazy. 591 horsepower. 3.1 seconds, 0 to 60. That is quick. But now turning around here, so the turning radius of the car is actually pretty low because you have 4-wheel steering in the car. So the wheels at the back at low speed, they're gonna turn to the opposite direction to the car, to the wheels up front, just to reduce that turning radius and help the car turn easily around the corners. But at high speed on the highway, they're gonna turn to the same direction as the wheel up front, just to keep the car stable when you're switching lanes. So that's actually a cool feature right there. So you have different modes. So you have auto, dynamic, and then comfort. So this car has sport suspension. So when you put it in dynamic mode, so the car, you can feel the heaviness in the steering wheel. You can actually feel like the suspensions are actually pretty stiff as well. So that's what dynamic mode does in the Audi. And then when you put it in comfort mode, so everything just gets loose. The steering wheel gets loose, and then you're driving comfortably. And that's pretty much how you can save some gas as well in this car. Not that you expect to save much when you buy a car this powerful, but when you put it on comfort mode, then you can improve your miles per gallon a little bit if you're driving normal. But a lot of times you will find with these performance cars, when you stay between 70 to 80 miles per hour, then the miles per gallon tends to like go higher. So some people manage to get even 30 in this car right here from some reviews that I've watched. I have an S6, so I managed to get 36 miles per gallon in it, just driving normally between 70 to 80. So it can you just gotta know how to manage it. But if you're gonna expect great gas mileage out of it right out the gate, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not why you buy this car for. When it comes to safety, so this car is equipped with a lot of safety features. So you have all the sensors up front and at the back. So you have the camera for the parking aid. So you have 3D camera in this car. So you have 360 view camera in this car. You can see the front, the sides, the back. You can see pretty much everywhere. You got top view camera in this car. So if you run into something, that's all you. It's not Audi. So they have all the features for you. And on top of it, you have all your airbags, front, knee, overhead airbags in the car that will keep you safe in case. And you have Audi Presense in case you're about to impact something at high speed. It's gonna help you brake the car to reduce the impact. So that's all the things that you have in this car. And of course you have the lane keeping assist as well. That will keep you in center to your lane, so in case you were swerving, you're not paying attention for a second and you were about to swerve, then it's gonna bring you back in your lane. So these are some cool features that you get in this car.